Hello everyone, welcome back to the Garden of Dreams. I've got my bright orange high-vis IXS digging jacket on to match the orange digger down there. It's fired up because, believe it or not, it is actually spring, even though it's wet. Look, the blossoms coming out on this lovely tree here. And I've been pretty busy the last few months trying to get the dirt jumps ready. I've had the broken ankle, so all I've really been able to do is dig a little bit in my free time. So I'll take you around and show you what I've been doing quickly to get the dirt jumps back ready for spring and better than ever. So everything does look a bit of a mess at the moment because I've got these big green carpets on. I made this first landing here much steeper and then I've kind of put this carpet over everything to try and protect it because the rain is still coming down. Yeah, even though it's April now, it still feels like winter, but eventually, hopefully it's going to dry out. I've steepened this takeoff up massively, so that's going to boot you super high on this second one, again with that green carpet on to hopefully protect my work, ready for when we can ride it. And I've steepened up the landing massively as well. You can see how much deeper that is, so that's hopefully going to give you a load more speed into the third jump here, which I can make a lot bigger, which will give us more speed for the berm, for this gap. And then what I'm working on today right now is this section into here. I'm going to make the roller here a bit bigger using some of that dirt over there from the sort of drainage hole. Yeah, put it there, so then we've got something a bit bigger to pump, hopefully to get better speed for the last jump and make the whole line flow a lot better, because the idea for the garden this year is to have loads of guests over and get like a bit of a power ranking going. Maybe we'll send everyone's runs off to Chopper, head FMB judge, and we can get a bit of a power wall going with everyone's top runs. So yeah, let me know in the comments who you think we should invite this summer when the dirt jumps are ready. But obviously I need to finish the jumps before we can do any of that. So yeah, into the digger I go and try and get this last jump working, and then maybe at the end of this video we'll do a bit of riding, at least on this last jump, hopefully on these. Let's see how it goes. There we go, not a bad start, but I don't know if you could see, it was so wet down there. I guess because I dug a lot of the dirt out of the sort of drainage down there, that basically the wet clay was meaning I was sinking in the digger and almost getting stuck every time I went sort of further than here, so I couldn't really finish off that bit. I'm gonna have to wait probably either a few days, hopefully a few days, before I can get back in there with the digger and finish it off, because yeah, I don't like the shape of that roller, it's not quite done. But I really like the shape of this landing now. It's much steeper, so you're gonna be able to pop this little shark fin, probably get more speed down this first bit here, and then yeah, when I finish the roller, we'll get more speed for the last jump. Right, whilst that's too wet to continue, let's go start off with another job, which is the start of the dirt jump line up here, which I'm gonna completely change. So we're up here at the top of the dirt jump line. It starts this sort of run in here, and we've got this really sharp right hip which runs into the rest of the line. But to be honest, I never really liked this hip that much. It's actually a bit too sharp. It's like completely 90 degrees when you take off, so you lose a lot of speed and it doesn't flow very well down there. And it means we have to cross over when we come in on this step up line. Oh my god! Over to there. And it kind of doesn't really make much sense, to be honest. So I'm actually going to swap them around, and this berm is then going to go into that dirt jump, so it's still going to be a hip, but it's going to be a bit straighter, and then we're going to have more speed, which is going to unlock bigger air for the rest of the line. That way it's not going to cross over anymore, and we don't have to do this gap. So that's the new idea, and that's what I'm going to get started with now. So the idea is kind of to cut into this berm, basically make it into a roller where that takeoff is now, roll down and straight into this takeoff, move the takeoff from here over to here. Yeah, sounds easy, right? So I've just got out here again, and obviously it's been raining some more. So we've got a good old juicy puddle here. Yeah, messy out here again. Oh dear, as you can see, it's just too wet down here. It's like a complete bog. Look how deep. I sink in like a foot in the digger. So I just keep getting stuck and it's totally pointless. And I'm just making more of a mess than I'm fixing. But I managed to pile up a nice amount of dirt for takeoff, but I'm just gonna have to wait probably a few weeks for this to totally dry out. So annoying. If it didn't rain last night, we'd be happily digging in there. I'm so sick of this weather. It's so bad and has been for so long. Yeah, motivation is really hard right now. But yeah, just gonna have to literally leave it and move on to another job somewhere over here at the end of the line, where hopefully it's a bit drier because we're not down in a hole anywhere. And I can finish off this third jump. So then at least once we get the first jump going, then we'll actually have a full line kind of to ride. But oh god, yeah, everything is just so pointless and wet. Apparently it's the wettest 18 months in 130 years or something, and yeah, just impossible to build jumps. Anyway, no point complaining about it. Might as well do something about it, like dig this jump. I've got this big pile of dirt here, which kind of needs to go on the landing over there. So I might try and drive the digger up on top of there and then try and scoop this up there. I don't know if it's a big enough digger, but we'll try first. See what we can do. Wow, that was scary, but eventually we got it up. Took a while, had to really make it mellow. This digger's, it is good, but it's not really very powerful. So it struggled up there. Now it's pretty stuck on top, but yeah, now I can hopefully scoop a lot of this dirt and plonk it on there to make this landing bigger and make the gap a bit bigger. Because now that we've got more speed there, we should have more speed here, and then more speed to the end. And it should work really good, if it ever stops raining. So I've managed to pretty much clear out this bomb hole, get all the excess dirt that we don't need anymore over to the sort of landing and berm, and yeah, now it's time to shape that takeoff. Wow, what a mess. But I've pretty much done for now everything I can. Kind of learnt my lesson from last night. So if it rains again, now the dirt's sealed, so hopefully it's all going to run out there, so no more bog. I need to let this takeoff dry out. It's so wet that it's actually just sort of sliding down, so I'm going to leave that now for another couple of days. Hopefully it can dry out and then I can come and shape it properly. I'm going to move on now to the landing and yeah, try and get that in a bit of a rough shape. All I can really do today is get stuff in rough shapes before coming back and finishing it when it dries out, so might as well keep at it and yeah, shape this landing up. Oh yeah, finally something good happened today. That is not too bad. Again, pretty wet in there, so I need to wait for it to dry, but yeah, I've got a nice steep landing there. Looks pretty smooth. We got this bomb hole here, and I put a bit more dirt on that roller to hopefully shape it better, get some more pump all the way down there. Wow, yeah, quite a wet and tough day to be honest, but I'm gonna come back out again in a few more days. Hopefully it's a bit drier, and we'll see what we can get done then. Right then, we are back out here again in what, day 4, 5, 6, 7 of this build? I don't really know at the moment, of the rebuild should I say. And yeah, the sun has actually been out mercifully the last few days. Obviously it's still very wet, but at least it's kind of diggable now. So I'm gonna get back in here, try and clean it up, ready for when the rain comes next time. And maybe I can stack this takeoff up a little bit higher, get it all in a nice sort of shape, and then when it rains, hopefully it won't destroy it again. I've learned my lesson definitely from last time. So yeah, back in the digger. Let's see what we can do. Well, it doesn't look too bad. Definitely better than the other day. Takeoff's kind of, all the dirt's there. Just got to try and shape it up, I guess. And yeah, get this going. Looks pretty sick. Roller, still a bit wet down there, so I might not be able to finish that off, but we can at least shape up the slip. It's gonna be cool. This looks pretty cool. We got this pump into, yeah, you split left to go into the trails, or go right to hit the step up down there. Kind of made a bit of a double roller here, but you're just going to gap straight across that, carry all the speed up into there. Oh yeah, finally we managed to make something that isn't a huge mess. I mean, it's quite messy up here, but hey, that is not too bad. Look, we've got our run-in set up for that. I reckon a few boards, maybe some carpet, I think we could probably get over that step up, and I'm quite up for trying. Finally, it looks like we may have something to ride. Put all the boards out along here because it's still massively wet, but the boards kind of help pack it all in. Like once you've ridden it a couple of times, it packs it in, you don't get rust. So I've never hit this jump on this little bike. Got the Slope Duro one out because my ankle is still pretty sore from the break 2.5 months ago. But hopefully this is the perfect way to get back into it. All right.
Just don't go offline.
No.
It's a little soft.
It's kind of like a cool roller gap, isn't it? It's like a roller but with a muddy puddle of doom in the middle. I think once it's dried out you can like double manual it and stuff, maybe for more speed, but today there's no option except for jumping. So yeah, let's give it a go. Oh yeah, here we are. Up actually on the cutty track, which is the run-in now to this jump. Right, let's give it a whirl. Whoa! Whoa! Wow, that's pretty hairy on this little bike round that like soft rut and berm, but it's nice and fast already, first go, which is cool. I just need to get my line sorted, because I can't remember if I was a bit far left or right, but it wasn't quite straight anyway. And yeah, stoked. It was such a panic to like bunny hop out of the turn. Now you kind of pump, which is still pretty hectic, but after a few laps I reckon it'll be so much better, and actually eventually I think we'll be able to go way faster and way higher. Yeah.
That was huge.
That's more like it.
That was a lot harder than I thought you were going to be.
Me too. Well, that's as high as I always wanted to get. That's what happens when you have the right speed for the jump. That is awesome. More of those. So you can really go big and go fast into that. I was kind of chilly.
Yo! The joys of riding in winter.
Yeah, such a chunk of mud in my eye, and it came right as I dropped into the berm. Oh. Ow. Should have had the pink eyes on. Now I've got pink eye. Yeah, it's real. It's so soft even under here. I think there's
Well, look, as soon as you go offline, that's what it is.
Oh, you'd die if you came offline for sure. You'd literally go
front wheel dug in.
And... I can still feel it through here, so I'm even losing speed now with the boards, and it's still good. So when it's probably a few more weeks and this clay has gone super hard, be well good. I'll do a few more and then we'll call that a day. Pretty tired from this solid few days of building, but yeah, this has sort of made it a bit more worthwhile now. I'm hyped. 360s.
Sounds good.
Oh no!
Love it. Yo.
We're stopping for a hot dog for?
Oh yeah, definitely. Basically, to celebrate the fact that we're shredding the slope bike in the garden, I'm going to do a full top to bottom run of this cutty track, which might be quite hairy with one brake and these kind of semi-slick tyres, but that's all part of the fun. And hopefully maybe a tail whip or something cool on the bottom. And then the South Africans just arrived, lit the braai, so we'll celebrate hopefully with some sausages and burgers. Nice. Here we go then, big run. Let's do it. Whoa! Uh-oh. Oh yes! Sick! Oh, and the sausages are ready. Oh, that is how you end the day, huh?